Hello everyone, my name is Oscar Reviews, and dear gosh, this episode was a weird one. Not bad necessarily, but definitely weird. It was most definitely entertaining, but also raised a lot of questions. Not the least of which being, how many people are involved with Blitz's past? First it was Stolas, then it was RoboFizz, then it was this weird, monstrous, electronic ghost horse thing. Now it's this Verosika chick. But maybe I should quit questioning and start reviewing. This is Helluva Boss, Episode 3, Spring Broken. And before we move on, I freaking called it! I knew it was going to air in January. I knew it. You all are idiots for thinking that it was going to air in the summer. Ha! I told you all! I told you all! So this episode starts out with the IMP driving back to their office when all of a sudden it turns out that someone is parked in their parking spot.
Blitzo. I should have known you'd be here. I can smell fish for miles, which is odd because I believe the nearest ocean is 3 rings down!
Oh man, does this mean Earthborn sinners can't go to the beach? Come on, I was planning a beach party and everything. Ignoring my beach party plans being abruptly cancelled, this hot piece of work is Verosika Mayday, Blitz's ex-girlfriend and the current reason why IMP can't access their parking spot.
I'm doing a bit of freelance for one of the infinitely more successful companies in the building.
No way.
And they wanted to have me come in this week to lead their team during spring break.
Okay, 2 things here. 1, this is the first episode where we get actual character development for Luna, and where she's not being an asshole, or at least, not without reason. And 2, it appears that Verosika and the other demons we see later are actually not imps. They appear to be either incubi or succubi, demons who are infamous for being well-versed in the art of sexual attraction. Blitz has decided that he's had enough and decides to challenge Verosika and her team.
So I bet you suck, you can't as many people as we can off by the end of the day.
Oh, you're serious?
Verosika accepts Blitz's offer. Man, Verosika is so hard to say. Then we cut to Blitz's office where he's explaining the plan.
First, we find a ton of clients. We portal up. We have our fun murder time as per usual. We win the bet. We rub it in that sloppy drunken whore face. Any questions?
Yeah. Did you just break a window?
Hey, is there a way I can come with you guys this time?
Absolutely not. I forbid it. Not gonna happen. You know the kind of freaks up there who drool all over you.
Why are you looking at me? Oh, I see. Just because I have a cat tail that all of a sudden makes me a furry, huh? I thought you were a chicken demon. Actually, I am a griffin demon, hence the cat tail. So, does that make you a cock or a pussy? I could ask you the same thing, you Garfield knockoff! Sorry about that, where was I?
Well, I can blend in with humans easy enough. Just let me tag along.
Wait, say that again.
I can blend in?
Do you have a human disguise?
Yeah, don't you? You 3 have been screwing around on Earth this whole time without human disguises?
Hey, yeah, she does have a point. Considering the multiple times that they've been spotted by humans, whether those humans live or not, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't have a disguise in case anyone alive decides to rat them out. Wait, is that why Stolas said that the IMP were accessing the mortal world less than legally? Because imps don't have a proper human disguise like other creatures in hell? Is that what they're implying? Whatever. The point is, Luna has a disguise and she wants to come along. However, there's one flaw with Blitz's plan.
Isn't it crucial to have a client who demands enough kills to win this bet? We aren't just going up to massacre.
I got that covered, Mox.
Blitz actually had a clever plan this time. Huh. Also, Travis is there. We then cut to the living world where the IMP are plotting to commit their spring break genocide. And then we see... sorry about that. I must have blacked out for a bit. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Luna. She is freaking adorable! In my opinion, Luna looks much better as a human than she ever did as a hellhound. It might have something to do with the fact that I'm a cat person and Luna as a dog was generally an asshole, and Luna as a human is not, at least not without justification. Honestly, I couldn't tell ya, so let's just move on. Blitz and the gang seem to be doing well with their whole Spring Break Massacre thing, which sounds like a song written by Panic at the Disco, until Verosika shows up with her team to do their whole seduction thing. Now this may be an odd thing to point out, but is it just me, or do succubi and incubi actually gain sustenance from doing that? As in, it's their main food source. They can't live without it. Or maybe I'm looking too much into this and they're really just doing it for the pleasure. Who knows? While Blitz cuts this one guy in half, Luna goes over to talk to Vortex. You know, Verosika's bodyguard hellhound thing. And I already sang my praises on how adorable Luna was, but that might go triple for Vortex.
Okay. Hey, Vortex!
Oh my gosh, this guy was so cute. Wait, no, I didn't mean it like that.
Am I interrupting something?
No, of course not.
And we've lost him. It's looking like it's up to us to handle this list.
Hell yeah!
Wait. Say that again.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Oh my gosh! It's Jason Bourne! I'm going to pin the comment of whoever gets that reference first.
Hey, dude, why don't you chill out?
Why don't you stay out of it?
Well, why don't you take an art class?
Why don't you see how expensive they are?
Okay, at this point, I'm just stalling. After a bit more shipping fuel, we see Moxie intoxicated, which is not something I ever thought I would need in my life. And then we see... something that came straight out of Primal. And speaking of Primal, this scene looks like it came straight from an episode. And after Millie slays the beast, Verosika comes over and berates the IMP for not being in disguises.
That was handled rather obvious, don't you think?
I don't think this belonged to any of us. Would be a shame if anyone found out you guys were behind a giant monster fish in the human world.
Yeah, well, you three nasty gremlins will be in for not being in disguises.
A human called me a possum. I am not a possum.
Did I mention how great drunk Moxie is? So with both parties in a bind, they both agree to keep their mouths shut if Verosika lets the IMP use their parking spot again.
Fine.
Hey wait, what happened to Luna?
But hey, if you're ever down to party, I'll give you a ring sometime.
Really? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend throws a ton of crazy hound parties.
Nice. Can't wait for my first one.
Hey, wouldn't it be funnier if it turned out that he had a boyfriend instead of a girlfriend? I'm just saying, it would have made the payoff funnier. That's what they did in Paranorman, and it was hilarious. Anyway, the IMP returned back to hell while Verosika gets arrested.
All right, sluts, get ready to suck a lot of pig dick.
I can only imagine how horrible that must have been. And that was Spring Broken. This episode was hilarious. I mean, sure, it doesn't meet the same emotional highs as Lululand, nor was it a fun homage to horror tropes like Murder Family. But, gosh darn it, this episode was just so hilarious. It was actually really hard to come up with jokes for this review because most often, it made a joke for me.
Is she blind? Suffering some form of brain damage.
The voice actors clearly had the time of their lives recording this. However, for me, the comedy was also a bit of a double-edged sword. Don't get me wrong, it was still hilarious, but like I said earlier, it was really hard for me to come up with jokes for this review. But hey, if my only complaint with this episode was that it was too funny, then that should speak volumes on how enjoyable it was. I am Oscar Reviews, this has been my review of the newest Hell of a Boss episode, and I'll see you next time. Good night, Tri-State area.